Hi guys, welcome to Teacher Mabid. I'm Maureen. I'm a teacher turned homeschool mom, and on this channel I share everything about motherhood, our homeschool journey, and everything else. I kind of wanted to jump on and talk to you guys really informally about what has been happening and how our schedule has been after this whole pandemic started and everything. Well, it's been a couple months now, and when it started in the beginning, there was a huge adjustment for us because despite what people think, homeschoolers are not just, at home with their kids. We are out a lot. We had homeschool co-ops and, we had play dates and field trips that we had planned, and that kind of all got put to the side. And in the beginning, it was very difficult, just having the kids at home all day, planning something, trying to create some kind of a routine, trying to keep up with a schedule. And finally, I decided that that was just not going to work for us. And if you've kept up with me on Instagram, I've kind of been exploring a lot of Waldorf philosophy and kind of understanding the home rhythm. So I've kind of been exploring that and what that means for our family and what that looks like. And so what we've kind of finally fallen into, I suppose, is like a kind of a rhythm. And that means that, we don't have a schedule. I don't plan like I used to. If you remember, if you go watch any of my other videos, you will see that how, I'm planning meticulously everything because that's kind of part of my teacher training, and it just comes out in our homeschool in that manner. And so what I've been doing instead is we've kind of been doing routine cards, and I'm going to show you those like right now. So they kind of look like this, and they're just like they hang on our wall, and my girls, get to see what that means for them. And we just kind of put down things to do during the day. There are a couple of things, anchor points, or like things that we do during the day for sure that have kind of grounded us, like for example lunch times, Quran times, prayer times. Those are things that are kind of established. And so we've they kind of we've made the schedule such that it puts us down at those points. So those are times where we kind of sit down and do what we need to do, and then from there we kind of pace ourselves as to what we do next. For example, my girls have their Quran class, and I use Studio Arabia for their Quran and Arabic needs because I think it's best that I was outsourcing that because I was doing too much, and it's always important to take care of me and see what I can do and what needs to be outsourced. The girls take Arabic classes and Quran classes on Studio Arabia, and and if you don't know what Studio Arabia is, it's an online website that gets you in touch with teachers that are in Egypt or other parts of the world. And I think they're primarily based in the Middle East. And you basically get to talk to a Arabic teacher or a teacher who speaks the Arabic language and is fluent in it, and you get to learn that way. So those have been things that we've been doing. And so we'll have like a couple of things that we do before that, and then that happens, and then we do a couple of things after. And so that has been our schedule until now. And recently we finished our second grade or kindergarten curriculum. And even though we finished it, we don't stop school because I homeschool year round just because I feel like that's comfortable for me. And we take breaks in other ways. Like for example, there was this one year I was doing 3 weeks on and the fourth week off. And so that worked for us then. Now more so we take breaks when my husband's off or times like that, right? So that has worked for us, and I don't see why we need to stick to a calendar schedule, academics calendar schedule for schools. So that has kind of been happening. And so the girls have kind of fallen into a routine, where they know that, they need to wake up in the morning, and then, they do their brush their teeth, comb their hair, change clothes, and then they know to go down for breakfast and morning basket. And we kind of gradually come on upstairs and do our school. Sometimes we'll do it on the floor. Sometimes we'll do it downstairs on the dining table. So, that has been very fluid. And, some things I've learned in this pandemic and kind of being at home and trying to establish a routine or a schedule for us was been to let go of certain things, and let them have a say in certain things. So, for example, small things that do not necessarily affect their learning or enhances their learning because that's how they prefer to do it, I let them do it, right? And I also allow them to invoke playtime. And what that means is, at any point in time, if they say, "Mommy, we don't feel like doing this right now, let's do this instead," and they have an idea and it's a very formed idea and I can see where that would be beneficial for them, I let them do it. So if at any point in time they want to go play, we will cut short lessons, we will stop lessons, and they will go play and come back to it when they're ready. So that's been because we've had that time, right? We've had that time indoors to kind of, pace ourselves however we want to. And so that's been kind of a blessing because we're not in a rush anymore. We're not rushed to do something anymore. I can show you guys. So basically, like my schedule is not like written down in a planner anymore. And what I kind of do is, I'll show you. This is kind of our work boxes. Let me sit down here. So these are our work boxes. And what that means is that, for my younger one, it's the blue ones. And then for my older one, it's the orange ones. And each one has like a warm-up section where as soon as they come into the classroom, I put down things in there that are specific to them, that I want them to practice, and or sharpen a skill or something. So I'll put that in their warm-up section and they'll do that. And daily it's a little bit every time, like for a few minutes. And then they'll do a little bit of language. My older one just finished her language curriculum and I'll do a review on that in a few, so watch out for that. And then we do math, and that's kind of our core subjects, right? Because my daughters are very young. They're in like kindergarten and second grade, and that's a young age, and I don't feel the need to stress them out with additional subjects in making them core subjects, if that makes sense. We do most of our science and history and geography and other learning in our morning basket. And because that has worked for us, I really love the idea of reading aloud to my kids, talking about it, sharing things. And I think those are enrichment subjects, and that would really help them that way. I think as you get into the older grades, it's definitely a great idea to incorporate more of the subjects as core subjects. But I think initially in the beginning, as they're grasping the skills of reading and basic arithmetic, it's a good idea to keep it very basic. And you don't need much. You don't need much at the end of the day to homeschool your kids. And I wish somebody had told me that earlier, like in my homeschool life. And I'm sure if somebody had, I'm the kind of person, I learn from my mistakes. So I probably wouldn't have listened. But so that's kind of what has happened. And so we focus on these core things and we get those done. And after that, the girls are free to play, free to do artistic activities. We have lots of kits that we do. They're also into handwork and stuff, and we kind of work with that. Or because the weather has been so great, and and I need them to get that outside time, they've been playing outside a lot. We've kind of established a little garden slash, I do not have a green thumb, and I cannot claim to have one. I kill most of my plants. So that has been an interesting endeavor, but we live, we learn, right? So that's kind of been happening for us. I don't know what else has been happening. I'm basically taking this July month to kind of do some teacher reflection, see what's worked this year, what hasn't worked this year, what I want to do for next year, and how I want to develop our homeschool. Because even though I say that this is our homeschool journey, this is really my growth journey too. I live, I learn, and I grow with my kids, you know, and in teaching them, I learn so much and I grow so much. So that has been really awesome to experience. And with the baby, you know, this year we kind of got thrown into the mix of everything. You know, we find chunks of time wherever we're free to kind of do that. But yeah, that's kind of what's been happening. I just want to do like a quick update, quick recap of what has been happening in our life, and you know, and hopefully I can put out a couple of videos on our finished curriculums, because I like to finish our curriculum before I talk about it. That way, I give you guys a really honest opinion of what it looked like and how we enjoyed it, and things we didn't like about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, me chattering away. I'll talk to you guys in another video. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe and hit the like button and share so that it can be of benefit to anybody else out there. All right, thank you guys. Bye.